From ancient bones, submerged towns, and nuclear bombs, you never know what you could find hidden in mysterious waters. Here are 16 strangest things found in lakes. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button to become part of the DTR family and that little bell icon so that you are notified when we post new videos. Number 16. Sharks. Sharks typically live in the depths of the ocean, but a few of them inhabit freshwater bodies. It is still not a common sight to stumble upon them in lakes, but it happened at a golf course lake in Australia. Bull sharks invaded the waters when a flood from a nearby river spilled over to the golf course. The sharks became trapped in the lake, giving golfers a truly unique view. It's scary enough seeing videos and images of giant alligators in Florida emerging from the golf course rivers. Now we have to worry about sharks too? Number 15. Echo Park Lake Stash. Municipalities usually drain out bodies of water during cleaning exercises, and in 2011, the same happened to California's Echo Park Lake. The drained-out lake revealed that it had somehow become a dumping ground for the most unusual of items. 2 model boats and an entire toilet were by far some of the most bizarre items discovered. It turned out that the 29-acre lake had also concealed 36 construction cones, 7 shopping carts, a payphone, 6 skateboards, 3 stereos, 20 parked trash cans, and 2 handguns. Number 14. Federal agent's handgun and badge. A local fisherman going about his day on the Los Angeles Prosthetic Leg happened upon a backpack in 2014. It was in a decayed state, but managed to somewhat preserve the items within, which included a federal agent's badge and a handgun. The local police managed to track the agent down and return his lost items except for the gun that had rusted away. The agent had apparently lost the items on a day out of the lake all the way back in 1992. He also had a calendar and an old newspaper within the bag. The receding water levels of the Prosthetic Lake made the discovery possible by dredging up the 22-year-old long-lost possessions. Number 13. Spooky Doll's Head. A Reddit user posted a picture of a scary-looking doll's head they found at the bottom of the lake. They had been diving for clams when they came across the broken doll's head that weirdly seemed to have black eyes. As usual, a few online commenters spun it around, claiming that it could have a demonic origin. Number 12. Nuclear bomb supplies. Allied soldiers managed to bring down an enemy ferry from within a submarine beneath Norway's Lake 10. Nazi scientists were using the water vessel to transport supplies needed to build a nuclear bomb. In the 1990s, the discovery of the wreckage revealed the materials that might have been used to create a catastrophic nuclear bomb. Number 11. Ancient Himalaya skeletons. In 1942, well-preserved human skeletons were discovered in an elevated lake found in the Rupkund region of the Himalayas. A ranger made the discovery and reported it to the Nanda Devi National Park. The assumption was that it could be the remains of Japanese soldiers who might have been trekking through the region during World War II. They stayed a long-standing mystery, and it was only in 2004 when radiocarbon dating provided an answer. The skeletal remains dated back to 850 AD, which was the classical period or the Middle Kingdom. Viewer comment time. For today's video, we are giving a big shout out to Allison Rains, who said the most beautiful spiders they have ever seen are the Mexican golden red rump tarantula and the miniature pumpkin patch tarantula. Those are 2 really amazing creatures. Thanks for commenting on our video about the strangest spiders in the world. Number 10. Live bomb. A live bomb traced all the way back to World War II was found in Lake Washington just outside of Seattle. The 1988 discovery also revealed that the 100-pound bomb was still live. No one can explain how it ended up there and remained undisturbed for all those years. However, warplanes were known to fly through the Seattle skies, so it is possible that it was dropped and just never detonated. Number 9. Lake Michigan Stonehenge. In 2007, scientists from the Northwestern Michigan College discovered what resembled Stonehenge beneath Lake Michigan. Found at a 40-foot depth, the archaeologists stumbled upon the discovery using remote sensing techniques. They believe that some of the boulders forming the Stonehenge could be natural, while others appeared man-made. One of the boulders appeared to have the carving of a mastodon, implying that the object could be very ancient. While the discovery happened nearly 11 years ago, there has not been much buzz or updates about the structure. Number 8. Tom Sublett. It is not that strange to hear about a body found in a lake. However, when it comes to the late Tom Sublett, the discovery of his body in a Georgia lake in 2012 raised many questions. Despite the fact that he had taken a bullet to the head and had his hands bound, the death was ruled as self-inflicted. Sublett never left any notes, and he had no history of ongoing problems that could have driven him to do something like that. His car had a gun's empty holster, but the actual weapon was never recovered. Sounds pretty fishy to us. Number 7. Prosthetic Leg. Mark Warner, a Wisconsin resident, went on a canoeing ride that turned out much more eventful than he could have thought. He lost his prosthetic leg in the lake, and it just so happened that a beaver made away with it. Warner did not really suffer much from the loss, because he explained that it was not his everyday leg. Soon enough, 2 men found it at the bottom of the lake and returned it to Warner, who gave them a $50 reward. Number 6. Lost Texan City. Old Bluffton, Texas's very own Atlantis, resurfaced when the waters of man-made Lake Buchanan receded in 2009. The water level dropped down to 26 feet, uncovering a significant section of the old town, including foundations, tombstones, and graveyards. However, in 2016, when the Lake Buchanan waters rose once again, Old Bluffton became submerged once again. The 1800s town functioned as a pit stop along a stagecoach line, and soon about 50 families inhabited the land. Families began selling off their properties and moving in 1937 when a deal went into effect to build the Buchanan Dam to electrify the hill country area. Not all families vacated in time, and soon the man-made lake formed by the dam submerged the town entirely. Have you ever found something strange in a lake? Take the poll. And if you answered yes, tell us about it in the comment section below. We'd love to know. Number 5. Airplane. It is puzzling how an aircraft can stay immersed in a lake for 39 years without any reports about a missing plane. It happened in North Carolina when sonar equipment led to an airplane lying beneath Lake Norman. Nothing indicated that anyone had been inside the plane, and even more curious was that no one reported the missing aircraft. A local woman called Barbara Anderson came forward claiming that it was her plane. Back in 1974, flight instructors forgot to lock the parking brake, and the craft rolled all the way down to the lake. That's one expensive and embarrassing mistake. Number 4. LAKERESIA'S Bell Tower. South Tyrol, a northern Italy province, has an artificial lake created in the 1950s by damming a nearby river. The resulting lake submerged several villages entirely, except for the church tower. When winter freezes the lake, it is possible to walk over to the tower. Legend has it that the church bell can still be heard ringing even now and then, even though it was removed from the tower ages ago. Number 3. Missing vehicles. In 2013, 2 missing vehicles turned up, only that they were dredged up from the bottom of Oklahoma's Foss Lake. One was a 1969 Camaro that went missing back in 1970, and it had even more surprises hidden within. It contained the bodies of 3 teens who had vanished around the same time. The second vehicle, a 1950s Chevrolet, also had a trio of deceased teens who have never been identified. The police did not have any cause to suspect foul play and never made a connection between the 2 cars. That lake has to be haunted. Number 2. Jesus on the Cross. A team of divers performed a successful retrieval mission in Lake Michigan, only that the object they were bringing ashore happened to be an 11-foot marble statue of Jesus on the cross. An Italian family commissioned the statue in 1956 in honor of their late son. The sculpture became damaged on its trip to the US, and the family did not accept it in that state and instead donated it to a church. How it ended up beneath the lake remains a mystery, but it now serves as a Lake Michigan tourist attraction. The divers' main aim was to have it serve as a monument dedicated to deceased divers. Number 1. Ferryman's End. After traveling to India in 1989, Victor Langheld decided to establish the Indian Sculpture Park in Ireland Park. He transferred the essence of self-reflection he got from his journey to the park, which features several statues, each said to have a specific meaning. Amongst them are the figurines including the Split Man, which is self-explanatory, the Dark Night of the Soul, depicting despair, and the Ferryman's End. The Ferryman's End statue looks much like someone drowning in a lake and unsuccessfully trying to climb his way out of the murk. It symbolizes the sorrow and depression that comes with being stuck in a rut. Thanks for watching! Coming up next is strange artifacts and discoveries you won't believe. Kings. The tomb belonging to Amenemhat, a goldsmith, contains several artifacts. However, the showstopper was the giant statue discovered in the Maturia area of Cairo. Archaeologists first found the torso and later on unearthed its head. The excavations also uncovered 2 toes and the pedestal.